Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Ivan Jue. I teach business marketing at Cerritos College. So, what is strategic planning in marketing? Strategic planning is the process of deciding where the company wants to go, how it will get there, and how marketing will help achieve business goals. It serves as a roadmap for the organization's future. So, with that, let's begin. These are the key concepts and steps involved in developing a strategic plan. Step 1. Define mission and vision. Why does the company exist? That is the mission. What does the company want to become? That is the vision. Step 2. Analyze current situation. Assess strengths and weaknesses. Evaluate opportunities and threats. That is part of the SWOT analysis. Step 3. Setting goals and objectives. This is about determining what the company wants to achieve. Step 4. Develop strategies. This is about creating plans to achieve the objectives. Step 5. Implementing the plan. That is putting the strategies into action. Step 6. Monitor and evaluate. This is about measuring results and making adjustments. So what is the difference between a vision statement versus the mission statement? Many people do confuse these two concepts. In the mission statement, you're describing what the company does today and focuses on the current purpose and customers served, as well as the products and services offered. As an example, for Nike, the mission is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. For the vision statement, the purpose of it is to describe what the company hopes to become in the future. The focus is on long-term aspirations and the desired future state. As an example, Microsoft's vision is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. 3. Gap analysis. The definition of the gap analysis compares the current state, where the company is now, with the desired state, where the company wants to be. The formula for this is gap equals desired performance minus the current performance. So as an example, with the current revenue at $10 million and a target revenue at $15 million, the gap is $5 million. The company then develops strategies to close that gap. Number 4, SMART goals and objectives. SMART goals help ensure objectives are clear and achievable. SMART is actually an acronym. S stands for specific. It clearly defines the objective. It increases the software subscription sales, as an example. M is for measurable. This helps to track the progress. So a goal could be to increase sales by 10%. A stands for achievable. The goal should be realistic. R stands for relevant. This is about supporting the overall business strategy. T stands for time bound. There is a deadline, as an example by December 31st, 2027. The SMART goal example of this would be increasing annual subscription revenue by 15% by the end of 2027 through improved customer retention and digital marketing campaigns. So this explains the different levels of strategic planning within an organization and how they work together. The pyramid shows that strategy exists at 3 levels. At the top level would be the corporate strategy. In the middle level, the business strategy. And at the baseline, the operational level, it would be the functional strategy. The arrows indicate two-way influence, meaning decisions flow both downward and upward. So what is strategy? The slide defines strategy as a set of plans, actions, objectives, and goals designed to achieve success. A strategy answers, what do we want to achieve? How will we achieve it? What resources are needed? So number one, corporate level strategy. The definition of this is the highest level strategy that guides the entire organization. The focus is on overall company direction, long-term growth, major investments, acquisitions, and new markets. Questions answered would be, what businesses should we be in? Where should we invest? And how should the company grow? So as an example, let's use a small remote access tech company like Splashtop. A corporate strategy might be become a global leader in remote access and endpoint management solutions. This will affect every business unit. Number two, business level strategy. The definition of this is strategy for a specific business unit, product line, or market. The focus is on competing in the marketplace, the customer needs, competitive advantage, and market positioning. The questions answered would be, how do we be competitors? Which customers should we target? And how do we create value? So as an example, Splashtop's business strategy would be to differentiate through security, ease of use, and affordable pricing. This helps win customers against competitors. Number three, functional strategy. The definition of this is the detailed plans created by individual departments. The departments may include marketing, sales, finance, HR, operations, and IT. The focus is to support business and corporate objectives. A marketing department strategy may be to increase brand awareness through digital advertising and content marketing. The finance department strategy would be to improve profitability and control costs. HR strategy may be to recruit and retain top engineering talent. So why does this slide show the two-way influence? This is because the relationship is not one way. From top down, the corporate leadership sets the overall direction. From bottom up, departments provide feedback and insights. So as an example, marketing may discover new customer trends, competitive threats, emerging opportunities. This information can influence business and corporate strategy. So this outlines the 5-step strategic planning process that organizations use to move from their current position to their desired future state. Step 1. Define the vision statement. Question is, where do we see the business going? A vision statement describes the company's future aspirations and long-term goals. The purpose is to provide direction, inspire employees, and create a shared future goal. As an example, to become the world's most trusted remote access platform. The key point is that vision focuses on the future. Step 2, establish the mission statement. The question here would be, why does the business exist? A mission statement explains what the company does, who it serves, and why it exists. So as an example, Splashtop may provide secure, reliable, remote access solutions that help people work from anywhere. The key point is that the mission focuses on the present. Step 3, perform a gap analysis. The questions may be, where are we now? Where do we want to be? What's preventing us from getting there? The gap analysis identifies the difference between current performance and desired performance. So as an example, the current market share may be 10%. The target market share may be 15%. We have a gap of 5%. The company then develops strategies to close that gap. Common tools for this may be the SWOT analysis, the competitive analysis, and market research. Step 4, establish objectives and goals. The question would be, what actions will help us achieve our vision? The objectives should be SMART. And again, SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. So as an example, increase subscription revenue by 15% by December 31st, 2027. The purpose is to convert strategy into measurable actions. Step 5, monitor progress. The question here would be, are we achieving our goals? Strategic planning is not a one-time activity. Companies must track performance, measure results, adjust strategies when necessary. Example would be metrics such as revenue growth, customer retention, market share, and customer satisfaction. The key point is that continuous monitoring ensures the company stays on track. So this slide explains SMART goals, a framework used to create clear and effective business objectives. SMART goals help ensure that goals are well-defined, achievable, and measurable. So let's dive into detail about SMART. S stands for specific. The definition of this is that the goal should be clear and easy to understand. A poor example would be to increase sales. A smart example would be to increase annual software subscription sales. The key question here is, exactly what do we want to achieve? M stands for measurable. The definition of this is that the goal should be quantifiable so progress can be tracked. A poor example would be improve customer satisfaction. A smart example would be to increase customer satisfaction scores from 85% to 90%. See the difference? The key question would be, how will we measure success? A stands for attainable. The definition of this would be the goal should be achievable, though it may require effort and improvement. A poor example of this would be to increase sales by 500% next month. The smart example would be to increase sales by 10% over the next year. The key question for this would be, is this goal achievable and with available resources? R stands for realistic. The definition of this would be the goal should be practical and aligned with business capabilities and priorities. A poor example of this would be become the market leader in 1 month. A smart example would be to increase market share from 10% to 12% within 1 year. The key question is, does this goal make sense for our situation? And then T is time bound. The definition of this would be the goal should have a deadline. The target date creates accountability and urgency. So a poor example of this would be to improve customer retention, while a smart example would be to increase customer retention from 85% to 90% by December 31st, 2027. The key question would be, when should the goal be completed? So here's an example of a complete SMART goal. So instead of saying increase revenue, use increase annual subscription revenue by 15% by December 31st, 2027 through improved customer retention and digital marketing initiatives. So why is it SMART? Because specific, it increases subscription revenue. It's measurable because we have 15% that's indicated. It's attainable because it's a reasonable target. It's realistic because it matches the business capabilities. And then it's time bound. it mentions that it will be done by December 31st, 2027. So a marketing example of a non-SMART goal is get more website visitors. But a SMART goal will be to increase website traffic by 20% within 6 months through SEO improvements and content marketing. Why do SMART goals matter? SMART goals help organizations focus on priorities, measure progress, improve accountability, allocate resources effectively, and increase the likelihood of success. So this introduces the role of marketing in strategic planning. It explains that marketing is not just advertising, it is a key part of helping a company achieve its long-term goals. Main learning objectives. Number 1, understand what marketing has to do with strategic planning. So marketing helps companies identify customer needs and wants, analyze market opportunities, develop products and services that customers value, create plans to reach target customers, and support company growth and profitability. So as an example, if a software company wants to increase revenue by 20%, marketing helps determine which customers to target, what products to promote, how to position the product, and which channels to use. Number 2, understand what a business portfolio is and why it's important. A business portfolio is the collection of products, services, brands, or business units owned by a company. Companies evaluate which products are performing well, which products need improvement, which products should receive more investment, and which products should be discontinued. So as an example, Apple's portfolio would include iPhone, Mac, iPad, Apple Watch, and services such as iCloud and Apple Music. Marketing helps determine where resources should be invested for the best return. Number 3, understand what a SWOT analysis is. SWOT is a planning tool used to evaluate internal factors, external factors, strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. So as an example, a coffee shop. Let's say the strengths of it would be, in this example for a coffee shop, great location, loyal customers. Weaknesses may be limited seating, a small marketing budget. Opportunities, growing demand for specialty coffee, as well as online ordering. The threats, new competitors nearby, rising coffee bean prices. Marketing uses SWOT analysis to create effective strategies and respond to market conditions. Number 4, recognize different marketing strategies. Companies choose different strategies depending on their goals. For market penetration, to increase sales of existing products to existing customers. As an example, Starbucks Loyalty Rewards Program. Product development. This means to create new products for existing customers. As an example, Apple introducing a new iPhone model. Market development. Sell existing products to new markets. As an example, Netflix expanding internationally. Diversification. Developing new products for new markets. As an example here, Amazon entering healthcare services. So why is marketing important in strategic planning? Marketing provides information about customers, competitors, industry trends, market opportunities. This information helps management make better strategic decisions. Without marketing, companies may develop products that customers don't want, enter unattractive markets, miss growth opportunities, and then lose customers to competitors. This explains how the marketing department contributes to strategic planning and business success. The main idea here is that marketing is not just about advertising or selling products. It plays a critical role in helping a company understand customers, analyze markets, and make strategic decisions. Number one, marketing helps maintain the marketing philosophy. Marketing philosophy means keeping the customer at the center of business decisions. The marketing team helps ensure that products meet customer needs, pricing reflects customer value, customer satisfaction remains a priority, and business decisions consider market demand. So using Splashtop as an example again, marketing might gather feedback from IT administrators to understand what remote access features customers need most. That information helps product and management teams make better decisions. Number two, marketing gathers and analyzes information. Marketers work closely with strategic planners by collecting and analyzing data such as customer preferences, market trends, competitor activities, industry growth opportunities, and customer satisfaction metrics. As an example, a software company may discover through market research that more customers want AI-powered support tools. This insight can influence future product development and investment decisions. Number three, marketing identifies and assesses trends. Marketing teams monitor changes in the business environment and determine how those changes may affect the company. Trends they monitor include technology, such as artificial intelligence, cloud computing, cybersecurity. In the economic realm, inflation, interest rates, and customer spending. In the social realm, remote work trends, sustainability concerns, and demographic shifts. In the competitive space, new entrants, competitor pricing, and new product launches. As an example, when remote work surged during the pandemic, companies like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Splashtop adjusted their marketing and growth strategies to capture the increased demand. So why is this important? Without marketing input, management may build products that customers really don't want. They miss the emerging market opportunities. They fail to respond to competitors. They misunderstand customer expectations. However, with strong marketing involvement, companies can better understand customers, spot trends early, make informed strategic decisions, and increase revenue and market share. This explains the concept of a business portfolio and uses Microsoft's revenue sources as an example. So what is a business portfolio? A business portfolio is the collection of all products, services, brands, and business units that a company owns and manages. Companies analyze their portfolio to determine which products generate the most revenue, which areas are growing fastest, where to invest resources, which products may need improvement or discontinuation. Microsoft's business portfolio example. So here we have the pie chart that shows how Microsoft's revenue is distributed across different business segments. The key observations are the largest revenue sources are cloud services at 31.29%, at Office products at 23.72%, Windows at 13.82%. Together, these account for nearly 69% of Microsoft's revenue, showing Microsoft's strong focus on enterprise software and cloud computing. Why do business portfolios matter? A diversified portfolio helps companies reduce risk, so if one product performs poorly, other products can still generate revenue. As an example, if PC sales decline, Microsoft can still earn significant revenue from Azure cloud services and Office 365 subscriptions. Identify growth opportunities. Companies can invest more heavily in high growth segments. As an example, Microsoft has invested heavily in Azure because cloud computing is growing faster than traditional software sales. Allocate resources effectively. Management can decide where to spend marketing budgets, R&D resources, and capital investments. Marketing's role in portfolio management. Marketing helps answer questions such as which products do customers value most? Which markets are growing? Which products should receive more promotion? Which customer segments are most profitable? Marketing data helps management make informed portfolio decisions. So how is this connected to strategic planning? Business portfolio analysis is part of strategic planning because it helps companies evaluate current performance, identify future growth areas, balance risk and opportunity, and maximize long-term profitability. So this introduces the Boston Consulting Group, or BCG matrix, a strategic tool that companies use to evaluate their products, services, or business units and decide where to invest resources. What is the BCG matrix? The BCG matrix evaluates products based on two factors. Number one, the market growth rate, or the vertical axis. High growth equals rapidly expanding market. Low growth equals mature or slow growing market. And number two, relative market share, or the horizontal axis. High market share equals strong position compared to competitors, and then low market share equals weaker competitive position. The four categories, the stars. This would be the high market share with high market growth. The characteristics of the stars are the market leaders in growing industries, they generate strong revenue, they require continued investment to maintain leadership. As examples, Microsoft's Azure cloud business, Tesla in the EV market during rapid growth years. And the strategy is to invest heavily so that these can maintain growth. The question marks. These would indicate the low market share but high market growth. Characteristics would be they operate in attractive, growing markets. They have growth potential. They require significant investment. They may become stars or fail. Example, a new AI software product entering a rapidly growing market. A startup competing against established players. A strategy is to analyze carefully and then decide whether to invest or exit. The cash cows. These would indicate the high market share along with low market growth. The characteristics are these are mature established products. They generate steady profits. They require relatively little investment. Examples include Microsoft Office, Coca-Cola's flagship soft drinks, the Windows operating system. The strategy is to maintain efficiency and use profits to fund stars and question marks. The dogs. These would indicate the low market share and then low market growth. Characteristics would be a weak market position, limited growth opportunities. They often generate little profit. So examples of dogs are outdated products in declining markets, legacy software with shrinking customer demand. The strategy is to consider restructuring, selling, or discontinuing. So the visual summary of this is that the high market growth, low market growth, in this case, the high market share stars and the cash cows, but the low market share would be the question marks and the dogs. So let's say we use Splashtop as an example. So if you apply the BCG matrix to a software company like Splashtop, the remote access solutions could be a cash cow if the market is mature, but Splashtop has a strong position. AI-powered IT support tools. They may be a question mark because the AI market is growing rapidly. The enterprise remote management platform. It could be a star if growth and market share are both strong. And then the legacy products with declining usage, those could be the dogs. So why does the BCG matrix matter? The BCG matrix helps management answer, where should we invest more money? Which products generate cash? Which products need improvement? Which products should we phase out? It supports strategic planning and resource allocation by ensuring investments are directed toward the most promising opportunities. So this explains the SWOT analysis, one of the most widely used strategic planning tools. SWOT helps a company evaluate its current position and develop strategies for future success. So again, what does SWOT stand for? Well, it stands for strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. So number one, strengths. These would be the internal advantages. These are the things a company does well that help it achieve its goals. Examples would include strong brand reputation, innovative technology, skilled employees, large customer base, and strong financial position. In using Splashtop as an example, this could mean competitive remote access technology, a global customer base, strong IT and MSP market presence. So the question to ask would be, what gives us an advantage over competitors? Number two, weaknesses, internal disadvantages. These are areas where the company may struggle or be less competitive. Examples would be outdated systems, limited resources, weak brand recognition, high employee turnover, and a small marketing budget. An example would be a startup that may have limited funding, small sales team, low brand awareness. The question to ask would be, what areas need improvement? Number three, opportunities or external positive factors. These are outside conditions like where the company can use to grow. Examples include growing market demand, new technology, favorable regulations, competitors exiting the market, expansion into new countries. So as an example, the rise of remote work created major opportunities for Zoom and Microsoft Teams. So the question to ask is, what market trends can we take advantage of? And then number four, the threats or external risks. These are outside factors that could negatively impact the company. Examples include new competitors, economic downturns, regulatory changes, rising costs, and price wars. So as an example, software companies may face new AI competitors, cybersecurity threats, and increased compliance requirements. So the question to ask would be, what external factors could hurt our business? So here are the keys to successful SWOT analysis. The slide highlights 4 best practices. Number 1, unbiased input. Be honest and objective. Don't ignore weaknesses. Identify both strengths and weaknesses realistically. Number 2, prioritize listings. Not all SWOT items are equally important. So for example, a high priority threat may be a major competitor entering the market. A low priority threat would be a minor increase in office supply costs. Focus on the issues that matter most. Number 3, develop an action plan. SWOT is only useful if it leads to action. So as an example, a SWOT finding, action, strong cloud technology, investing more in cloud products. A weak brand awareness means to increase marketing efforts. a growing AI market, launch AI features. New competitors, differentiate through service quality. Number 4, review and update regularly. Markets change constantly. A SWOT analysis should be reviewed periodically to reflect new competitors, economic conditions, technology changes, and customer preferences. As an example for SWOT, for Splashtop, the strengths could be strong remote access technology, competitive pricing, global customer reach. Weaknesses may be a smaller brand recognition than Microsoft or TeamViewer, limited marketing resources compared to larger competitors. Opportunities may be growth in remote work, AI-powered IT management tools, expansion into enterprise markets. Threats, competition from Microsoft, Google, and TeamViewer. Cybersecurity risks, economic slowdowns that reduce IT spending. So this explains 3 common strategies companies use to increase market share and grow their business. What is market share? Market share equals the percentage of total sales in a market that a company controls. As an example, if the remote access software market generates $1 billion in annual sales and Splashtop generates $100 million, then Splashtop has a 10% market share. Companies generally try to increase market share because it often leads to higher revenue, stronger brand recognition, greater competitive advantage, and improved profitability. Let's go through these in detail. So number 1, market penetration. The definition of this is increasing sales of existing products to existing customers in existing markets. How it's done? Through advertising campaigns, discounts and promotions, loyalty programs, increased sales efforts. So as an example, a coffee shop introduces a loyalty app where customers get a free drink after 10 purchases. The benefits are it has the lowest risk, it uses existing products and customers, and it's the fastest way to grow sales. Number 2, product development. The definition would be creating new or improved products for existing customers. How it's done? New features, product upgrades, new versions, and complementary products. As an example, Apple releases a new iPhone with improved AI capabilities. The benefits include increasing customer value, encouraging repeat purchases, and strengthening customer loyalty. The risk, however, is that it requires R&D investment and successful product adoption. Number 3, market development. The definition of this is selling existing products to new customers or new markets. How it's done? Geographic expansion, new industries, new customer segments, and international growth. As an example here, Netflix expanding from the US into global markets. The benefits include access to new revenue sources and a larger customer base. But the risk is that new markets may have different regulations, competitors, and customer preferences. Here's a real-world example. Microsoft. The market penetration example would be promoting Microsoft 365 subscriptions to existing users. For product development, adding Copilot AI features to Office products. Market development, expanding cloud services into new countries and industries. This explains product diversification strategies, which are ways companies expand their business by introducing new products or entering new markets. Diversification helps companies increase revenue, reduce dependence on a single product, reach new customers, and spread business risk. Let's go through these in detail. Number 1, concentric diversification. The definition of this is adding similar or related products and services that fit the company's existing business and expertise. The characteristics include using existing technology, skills, or customers. Lower risk than other diversification strategies. It also creates synergies with existing products. Examples include Apple expanding from iPhones to Apple Watches and AirPods, Starbucks adding packaged coffee and ready-to-drink beverages. The benefits include easier implementation, existing customer relationships, and lower investment risk. Number 2, horizontal diversification. The definition of this is introducing new products or services to existing customers even if the products are not directly related. The characteristics include leveraging the existing customer base, expanding offerings to increase customer spending. Examples include Amazon expanding from books to electronics and streaming services, Microsoft offering LinkedIn and gaming services in addition to software, a fitness center selling nutritional supplements and apparel. The benefits would be increasing customer lifetime value and creating additional revenue streams. The risk, however, is that new products may require unfamiliar expertise. Number 3, conglomerate diversification. The definition of this is entering completely unrelated industries or businesses. The characteristics include highest risk, the greatest diversification of revenue sources, and requiring new expertise and resources. Examples include Berkshire Hathaway owning insurance, railroads, energy, and consumer companies, Virgin Group operating airlines, telecommunications, banking, and hospitality businesses. The benefits are reducing dependence on one industry and creating multiple sources of income. The risk, though, is it's difficult to manage unrelated businesses, and it also requires significant investment. Strategic planning connection. Companies choose diversification strategies to achieve growth when existing markets mature. It's about reducing business risk. It increases competitive advantage and expands their business portfolio. So a marketing plan is a detailed document that outlines how a company will attract customers, promote its products or services, and achieve its marketing goals. What is the purpose of a marketing plan? A marketing plan helps a company, number 1, define marketing goals. So examples include increasing sales by 15%, gain 5% more market share, launching a new product, and improve customer retention. Number 2, identify target customers. The plan specifies who the customers are, what they need, and how the company will reach them. Number 3, guide marketing activities. It serves as a roadmap for advertising, promotions, pricing decisions, distribution strategies, and customer communication. Number 4, measuring success. The plan establishes metrics or KPIs so the company can evaluate results and make adjustments. So here are the essential parts of a marketing plan. The executive summary. This is a brief overview of the marketing plan. An example of this would be, our goal is to increase enterprise software subscriptions by 20% over the next year. The situation analysis. This analyzes the current environment using tools such as the SWOT analysis, competitor analysis, market research. Questions answers would be, where are we today? What opportunities exist? What challenges do we face? Target market. This defines the customers the company wants to serve. Examples would be small businesses, enterprise customers, college students, healthcare organizations. Marketing objectives. Specific goals the company wants to achieve. Good objectives are usually SMART. Again, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. As an example, increase website generated leads by 25% within 12 months. The marketing strategy, or the 4Ps. The 4Ps are product, what will be offered, price, how much will customers pay, place, where will customers buy it, promotion, how will customers learn about it. Marketing budget specifies how much money will be spent on advertising, events, content creation, digital marketing, and sales support. And then the implementation plan. This would detail who is responsible, the key milestones, timelines, and resources needed. Then there's the performance measurement. It defines the KPIs such as revenue growth, lead generation, customer acquisition cost, conversion rates, and customer retention. So why do organizations create marketing plans, and how can they help guide business success? Number 1, carrying out strategic plans. A marketing plan turns a company's overall strategy into specific marketing actions. As an example, if a company's strategy is to expand into Europe, the marketing plan outlines the advertising, pricing, distribution, and promotional activities needed to achieve that goal. Number 2, support requests for outside funding. Investors and lenders often want to see a marketing plan before providing funding. A strong marketing plan demonstrates market opportunity, target customers, revenue potential, and growth strategy. As an example, a startup seeking venture capital may present its marketing plan to show how it will acquire customers and generate sales. Number 3, create action plans. A marketing plan identifies what needs to be done, who is responsible, when activities will occur. This helps ensure that goals are translated into concrete actions. Number 4, incorporate all necessary components. A marketing plan brings together all key elements, including target market, competitive analysis, product strategy, pricing strategy, promotion strategy, distribution channels. This ensures that all marketing efforts work together toward the same objectives. Number 5, create a method for monitoring goals and objectives. Marketing plans establish performance measures, or KPIs, to track progress. Examples include revenue growth, website traffic, lead generation, customer retention, market share. Regular monitoring helps managers determine whether adjustments are needed. Number 6, keep the team on a consistent path. A marketing plan aligns employees and departments around common goals. The benefits are better communication, improved coordination, reduced confusion, clear priorities. Everyone understands what success looks like and how to contribute. Number 7, include budgeting along with the action plan. Marketing activities require resources. The marketing plan specifies advertising budgets, event costs, digital marketing expenses, personnel requirements, technology investments. This helps management allocate resources efficiently and evaluate return on investment. Here are the 12 major sections of a marketing plan. Together, these sections provide a roadmap for how a company will achieve its marketing objectives. Number 1, executive summary. This is a brief overview of the entire marketing plan. It includes the major goals, key strategies, expected outcomes, so the purpose is to give executives a quick understanding of the plan. Number 2, mission statement. This explains why the organization exists and what value it provides. As an example, it may say to help people work from anywhere securely and efficiently. The purpose is to guide all marketing decisions. Number 3, SWOT analysis. This evaluates the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So as an example for Splashtop, strengths would be affordable remote access solution. Weaknesses would be the lower brand awareness than Microsoft. Opportunity, growth of remote work. A threat would be increasing competition. Number 4, objectives and issues. This defines what the company wants to achieve. Examples include increasing revenue by 15%, gain 5% in market share, improve customer retention. It also identifies challenges that may prevent success. Number 5, market segmentation and target market. This divides customers into groups with similar needs. So common segments would be demographics, geographic, behavioral, psychographical, and so the purpose is to focus market efforts on the most attractive customers. Number 6, buyer personas. This creates detailed profiles of ideal customers. So as an example, we can use IT manager Mike. He works in a mid-sized company, needs secure remote access. He's concerned about cybersecurity, and he evaluates products based on reliability and cost. Number 7, positioning. This defines how the company wants customers to perceive its product. Positioning statement example would be Splashtop provides secure, high-performance remote access at a fraction of the cost of competitors. Number 8, current marketing situation. This analyzes the current environment. It includes the market trends, competitors, customer behavior, industry conditions, and often uses the pestle analysis, competitive analysis, and market research. Number 9, marketing strategy. The overall approach to achieving objectives. This covers the 4 Ps. The product, price, place, and promotion. As an example, using digital advertising and channel partnerships to increase enterprise sales. Number 10, action programs. It details the specific activities that will be implemented. As examples include launching the LinkedIn campaign, attending trade shows, publishing customer success stories, host webinars. Each action should identify the responsible person, timeline, and budget. Number 11, budgeting concerns. This specifies the expected costs and investments. Examples include advertising expenses, marketing software, events, agency fees, personnel costs. The purpose is to ensure resources are available and ROI can be measured. And number 12, controls to monitor progress. This establishes metrics and review processes. Common KPIs, sales growth, lead generation, website traffic, the customer acquisition cost or CAC, the customer lifetime value or CLV, market share, and then regular reviews that help determine whether adjustments are needed. This expands on the first 3 sections of a marketing plan: the executive summary, mission statement, and SWOT analysis. Number 1, the executive summary. The executive summary is a concise overview of the entire marketing plan. It is usually written last, but appears first in the document. The purpose is to provide a quick snapshot of the business and marketing plan. It helps executives, investors, lenders, and stakeholders understand the plan without reading the entire document. It highlights the most important information. The typical contents include the company overview, products and services, mission statement, marketing objectives, target market, financial highlights, and key strategies. As an example, using Splashtop, we can say that Splashtop provides secure remote access solutions to businesses worldwide. The company plans to increase enterprise revenue by 15% through targeted digital marketing, strategic partnerships, and product enhancements. Number 2, mission statement. A mission statement explains why the organization exists and how it serves its customers. The purpose is to define the company's purpose. It guides strategic decisions, communicates company values to employees and customers. Here are the characteristics of a good mission statement. It is clear, concise, customer-focused, and inspirational. As an example, we can say to empower people and organizations to work securely from anywhere. A mission statement should answer, what do we do? Who do we serve? And why do we exist? Number 3, SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis evaluates a company's current position by examining internal and external factors. The SWOT framework includes the strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. The strengths include the internal advantages that help the company succeed. Examples would be a strong brand reputation, innovative technology, a loyal customer base, and a skilled workforce. Weaknesses would be the internal limitations that may hinder performance. So examples would be limited budget, low brand awareness, dependence on a few customers, outdated systems. Opportunities are external conditions the company can take advantage of. So examples can include emerging markets, new technologies, growing demand, industry expansion. The threats could be external factors that may negatively affect the business. So examples would be new competitors, economic downturns, regulatory changes, and rising costs. So why do these sections matter? These first 3 sections create the foundation of the entire marketing plan. The executive summary provides the big picture. The mission statement provides the company's purpose. And a SWOT analysis identifies current strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Together, they help a company determine where it is today, what it wants to achieve, and how it can compete successfully in the market. So what are objectives? Objectives are specific results the company wants to achieve. They should be measurable and follow the SMART framework. Here's an example of an objective. Increase online sales by 15% over the next year through digital marketing campaigns. What are issues? Issues are obstacles or challenges that could prevent the company from achieving its objectives. Examples include strong competition, limited budget, low brand awareness, and economic uncertainty. The purpose is that objectives identify and define where the company wants to go, while issues identify what may stand in the way. Number 5, market segmentation and target market. Market segmentation divides customers into groups with similar characteristics. Common segmentation methods include type. So examples include demographics such as age, income, and gender. Geographic, in what part of the country, the region, the city. Psychographic, such as the lifestyle values. Behavioral, such as purchasing habits and loyalty. The target market. The target market is the specific customer group the company chooses to serve. Questions answered are, who are our customers? How will we reach them? As an example, a fitness app may target ages 18 to 35, health-conscious customers, and smartphone users. The benefits are more effective marketing, better customer understanding, and higher return on marketing investment. Number 6, the buyer persona. A buyer persona is a detailed profile of the ideal customer. The purpose is to help marketers understand customer needs, motivations, buying behavior, and pain points. So here's an example of a buyer persona. A remote worker named Rachel, who is 34 years old. Her occupation is a project manager. She works remotely. She values productivity and security. She researches products online before purchasing. Questions a persona answers: who is the customer? What problems do they have? What motivates them to buy? And how do they make decisions? The difference between a target market and buyer persona. In a target market and versus buyer persona, there is really a broad group versus the individual profile. So in the target market, it is asking, who do we sell to? Versus with the buyer persona, it's asking, what our ideal customer looks like. So this continues to explain the important parts of the marketing plan. Let's continue with number 7, positioning. What is positioning? Positioning is how a company wants customers to perceive its product or service compared to competitors. It answers the question, why should customers choose us instead of someone else? The purpose is to differentiate the product from competitors, communicate unique value, and appeal to specific target segments. As an example, Volvo. It is positioned as the safest automobile brand. Apple. It's positioned as innovative, premium, and user-friendly. Positioning statement formula is that for a target customer, our product is the category that provides the key benefit because there's reason to believe that it will. Number 8, current marketing situation. What is it? This is a detailed description of the company's current market environment. The areas analyzed would be the market conditions. So the industry size, growth trends, customer demand, as well as the competitor analysis, which would be details of major competitors, market share, and a competitive advantage. There's also the customer analysis. What are the customer preferences, their buying habits, and satisfaction levels? The environmental factors, the economic conditions, the technology trends, regulatory issues. And the purpose is to provide a realistic picture of where the company currently stands before creating strategies. So, as an example, a software company may identify growing demand for cloud services, increased competition from AI-based products, as well as rising cybersecurity concerns. Number 9, marketing strategy. The marketing strategy explains how the company will achieve its objectives. This section is built around the marketing mix, or the 4 Ps. A product strategy focuses on the product or service itself. The questions that it answers are: what problem does it solve? What benefits does it provide? What makes it unique? So some examples are new product features, product improvements, customer support services, and product quality enhancements. As an example, a smartphone company adds AI-powered features to improve customer experience. B, pricing strategy. This helps to determine how much customers will pay. Common pricing approaches. This would include strategy, description, premium pricing, so higher prices for premium brands, competitive pricing. This is to match competitors. Penetration pricing, lower prices to gain market share. Value-based pricing, based on a customer's perceived value. The purpose is to generate revenue, support positioning, and remain competitive. A good example would be Netflix offering multiple subscription tiers based on customer needs. Promotion strategy. This focuses on creating awareness and demand. So promotional tools include advertising, social media, email marketing, public relations, influencer marketing, and sales promotions. The goal is to move customers through the buying process, from awareness to interest, then desire, and then action. An example would be a company that launches a LinkedIn advertising campaign to reach business customers. D, distribution strategy or place. This helps to determine how customers obtain the product. So the distribution channels include direct. Company sells directly to customers. Examples include the company website or retail store. Indirect. This uses intermediaries. This includes distributors, resellers, and online marketplaces. As an example, Microsoft sells software through direct online subscriptions, retail partners, and then enterprise resellers. This covers the final 3 sections of a marketing plan: the action programs, budget concerns, and controls to monitor progress. These sections focus on implementation, financial planning, and performance measurement. So number 10, action programs. What are action programs? Action programs describe the specific activities required to execute the marketing strategy. They answer what will be done, who will do it, when will it be done, and how much will it cost. The purpose is to convert strategy into measurable, executable tasks. Number 11, budget concerns. What is the marketing budget? A projected profit and loss P&L statement that estimates the revenues, costs, and profitability related to the marketing plan. Budget components. Forecasted sales volume. This would estimate the number of units expected to be sold. So as an example, 10,000 software subscriptions. The average selling price would be expected average revenue per unit. This can be an example like $120 per subscription. Production costs. Costs associated with creating the product or service. Examples would be manufacturing, software development, and customer support. In the distribution costs, expenses required to deliver products to customers. Examples would be shipping, warehousing, cloud hosting, and reseller commissions. Marketing expenses. Costs for promoting products and services. Examples would be advertising, events, social media, and CRM software. The purpose is to ensure marketing activities are financially viable and aligned with company goals. Number 12, controls to monitor progress. But what are controls? Controls are metrics and monitoring systems used to evaluate whether the marketing plan is achieving its objectives. This would be the key metrics: sales metrics, units sold, revenue growth, market share, marketing metrics, website traffic, leads generated, conversion rates, financial metrics, marketing ROI, so on and so forth. An example would be a goal of increasing sales by 15%. Control would be monitoring monthly sales reports and compare actual performance against targets. So why do these sections on this slide matter? For the action programs, they tell employees exactly what needs to happen. For budget concerns, they help to ensure sufficient resources are available. For controls, they measure the results and identify when adjustments are needed. So this introduces one of the most important parts of a marketing plan: measuring performance. A marketing strategy is only successful if a company can track whether it is achieving its goals. This is done by metrics and key performance indicators, or KPIs. Learning objectives. Number 1, understand the difference between metrics and KPIs. Metrics. A metric is any measurable data point used to monitor business performance. Examples would be website visitors, number of email to subscribers, social media followers, leads generated, revenue. Metrics provide the information but may not directly measure success. KPIs are the most important metrics because they directly measure progress towards a specific goal. So examples include revenue growth, customer retention rate, conversion rate, market share, customer acquisition cost. A KPI should always be tied to a business objective. Here are some common marketing KPIs. Sales KPIs. This includes revenue growth, sales volume, and market share, as well as the average transaction value. Customer KPIs. Customer retention rate, customer satisfaction score, or CSAT, net promoter score, or NPS, customer lifetime value, or CLV. Digital marketing KPIs. This would include the conversion rate, cost per click, or CPC, cost per acquisition, or CPA, website traffic, lead generation. And then there's financial KPIs, marketing ROI, profit margin, and customer acquisition cost, or CAC. Why do KPIs matter? KPIs help managers measure success by determining whether goals are being achieved. They identify problems early, so they spot declining sales or customer engagement before they become major issues. They improve decision making by allocating resources to the most effective marketing activities. They demonstrate ROI by showing whether marketing investments are generating value. This slide further explains the difference between metrics and KPIs and why KPIs are critical for measuring business success. Think of KPIs as the company scorecard. The purpose of KPIs is to help managers focus on the most important data, measure progress towards goals, make informed decisions, identify areas needing improvement, and hold teams accountable. Metrics versus KPIs. The metrics simply tell us what is happening. So examples include website visitors, number of emails sent, social media followers, and number of leads. Metrics provide the data, but may not indicate whether the business is succeeding. KPIs, however, tell us whether we are moving towards a specific business objective. So examples include revenue growth, conversion rate, customer retention rate, and market share. KPIs are tied directly to goals and have defined targets, specific timelines, and measurable outcomes. So characteristics of effective KPIs include they're specific, so they clearly define what is being measured. They're measurable, so they can be quantified using data. They're aligned with objectives, so they support company goals. And they're time-bound. They have a deadline or reporting period, as well as being actionable or providing insights that lead to decisions. So why do KPIs matter? Because without KPIs, companies collect lots of data but don't know what matters. Teams may focus on activities rather than results. With KPIs, everyone understands priorities. Progress can be measured objectively. Resources can be directed to the highest impact activities. So this focuses on the high-level KPIs that organizations use to evaluate overall business performance. The three primary business level KPIs shown are total sales and revenue, new or incremental sales revenue, and profitability. Number one, total sales and revenue, what it measures. The total amount of money generated from selling products or services during a specific period. The formula is total revenue equals price times quantity sold. Why does it matter? It indicates overall business growth. It measures market demand, and it helps assess company performance over time. So as an example, if a software company sells 10,000 subscriptions at $100 each, the revenue would be $1 million. The common KPI targets would be an increase of annual revenue by 15%. So that's reaching 50 million annual recurring revenue, or ARR. Number two, new and incremental sales revenue. What does this measure? This measures the revenue generated from new customers, new products, new markets, upselling existing customers. This KPI shows whether the company is growing beyond its current customer base. Why does it matter? A company cannot rely solely on existing customers forever. Sustainable growth requires acquiring new revenue streams. Number 3, profitability. What does this measure? How much profit remains after covering expenses? Revenue alone does not guarantee success. A company can have high sales, low profits, or moderate sales and strong profits. So why does it matter? This measures operational efficiency, supports long-term sustainability, and attracts investors. This expands on the 3 major business level KPIs and explains how they are measured and used in decision making. Number 1, total sales and revenue. What it measures: the amount of sales generated during a specific period and how it compares to previous periods. Why does it matter? It indicates business growth or decline. It helps management evaluate performance trends. This is useful for comparing year over year, quarter over quarter, or month over month results. Here are the questions that it answers. Are sales increasing? Are marketing efforts generating growth? Is demand for our products rising or falling? Number 2, new and incremental sales revenue. What does this measure? The proportion of revenue coming from new customers, new products, new markets versus revenue from existing customers. Why does it matter? This KPI helps determine whether growth is being driven by customer acquisition, expansion into new markets, product innovation, or is it simply repeat purchases from existing customers? The management uses of this. This KPI often drives the advertising campaigns, promotions, customer acquisition programs, market expansion strategies. And here are the questions that it answers. How successful are we at attracting new customers? Are we becoming too dependent on existing customers? Is our growth sustainable? Number 3, profitability. What does this measure? How effectively a company converts revenue into profit. The slide specifically focuses on gross profit margin. Why does this matter? A company can have strong sales growth but still struggle if costs are rising too quickly. The profitability measures efficiency, pricing effectiveness, cost management, long-term sustainability. And the questions that it answers are we making money on each sale? Are costs under control? Is growth profitable? So this introduces 3 important marketing and sales KPIs that help companies measure revenue growth and customer performance. Number 1, the average revenue per customer, or ARPC. The definition of this is that it measures how much revenue on average each customer generates. Why it matters: this shows customer value. It helps identify upselling opportunities, and it indicates whether customers are purchasing more products or services. The questions that it answers: how valuable is each customer? Are customers spending more over time? Is our pricing strategy effective? Number 2, new customer acquisition. The definition of this is it measures the cost of acquiring a new customer. This is commonly called the customer acquisition cost, or CAC. Why does this matter? A company must ensure that the revenue generated from a customer exceeds the cost to acquire them. The questions it answers: are marketing campaigns efficient? Is customer acquisition becoming more expensive? Which marketing channels generate customers most effectively? Number 3, customer retention rate. The definition of this is that it measures the percentage of customers who continue doing business with the company over time. Why it matters: retaining existing customers is generally much less expensive than acquiring new ones. Research often shows that increasing retention can significantly increase profitability. And the questions that it answers: are customers satisfied? Are customers renewing subscriptions? Is churn increasing? As a SaaS example, for subscription businesses like Splashtop, retention and renewal rates are often among the most important KPIs because recurring revenue drives long-term growth. This introduces two important ways companies measure their competitive position in the marketplace: market share and relative market share. Number one, market share in a category. The definition of this is market share measures the percentage of total industry sales captured by a company. What it tells you, a growing market share generally indicates strong competitive performance, effective marketing and sales strategies, increasing customer preference. A declining market share may indicate stronger competition, customer losses, and product or pricing issues. The limitation is that the slide notes that market share does not tell the complete story. Number two, relative market share. The definition of this is that relative market share compares a company's market share to that of a competitor, usually the largest competitor. The interpretation is that a relative market share of 30% means the company is about 1/3 the size of the competitor. The competitor has significantly greater market presence. The company may need growth strategies to close the gap. Why relative market share matters. Relative market share is a key input for the Boston Consulting Group, or BCG, in the matrix. The high relative market share shows strong competitive position, greater economies of scale, and more bargaining power. However, a low relative market share means weaker market position, harder to compete on price, and often requires significant investment. Customer support KPIs are important because strong customer support directly affects customer retention, loyalty, and long-term revenue. The three key customer support KPIs shown are customer satisfaction score, or CSAT, customer resolution rate, and the customer resolution time. So number one, the customer satisfaction score, or CSAT. What does it measure? It measures how satisfied customers are with a product, service, or support interaction. How is it measured? Usually through surveys after a support interaction. Number two, customer resolution rate. What does it measure? The percentage of customer issues successfully resolved. Why does it matter? A high resolution rate means that customer receives answers, problems are solved effectively, and support teams are productive. The questions it answers: are customer problems being solved? Are support resources adequate? Is service quality improving? Number three, customer resolution time. What does it measure? How long it takes to resolve customer issues. And why does it matter? Customers generally prefer fast responses, quick solutions, long resolution times, which often lead to lower satisfaction, increased customer churn, and negative reviews. There's a famous quote that says, "What gets measured gets done." So what does it mean? The idea is that people and organizations tend to focus their effort on the things that are measured and tracked. If a company sets goals and regularly measures performance, employees are more likely to prioritize those activities and work towards improving them. And again, why do KPIs matter? They help organizations to track progress towards goals, measure success objectively, identify problems early, improve decision making, as well as hold teams accountable and align employee efforts with company objectives. Without KPIs, managers are often making decisions based on opinions rather than data. And so now we've come to the end of this lecture. Thank you, everyone. I hope you all have found this useful. Please be sure to reach out to me if you have any questions. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye for now.